Welcome, Boo Believers.
Hey, Scream Hearts.
How you doing? Welcome to live Deadsville Horror Talk. And we're going to be talking Abigail 2024, the new radio silence action horror. I'd call it an action horror.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, action horror, we're calling
action horror comedy.
Yeah, it was a bit of a dark comedy as well. So bear with us as we send out the invites and shares and do all that lovely stuff. Make sure you can hear us. Yes, sound is good. All right. Hello, hello. We're getting into the chats and everything here, folks. It probably won't let me do the @followers.
It didn't let me either.
Nope, not letting me either. Nope, it's let me write this stupid page, but none of my followers get notified because Facebook is awesome.
Weird.
See if my highlight works.
I don't know what that
Some
does.
friends might. It's just for friends to see a highlighted
Oh, I got some followers.
post.
All right.
You got followers to work for you?
Let me work. Let me do it.
All right.
There you go.
Change this up here. Let me put Abigail review. Bear with us, Boo Believers. We're still getting set up here.
I'm just running and got set up real quick.
It was like a last minute. We're running a little bit behind. There's been a lot of pre-production going on for Amityville Barbi. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. You can ask us and get the latest updates. All right. I'm going to just share to our group pages here real quick, and then we'll dig in. Boo Believers Fam Club, the Horror Talk group. I'll just pop into one of the random horror groups. Let's do I Love Horror.
I Love Horror.
Hopefully they don't kick us out.
Sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull up, see if anybody commented. So that's your page.
All right. I got my coffee. I got my pen.
Yeah. Oh. Now we need a little coughing action.
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Okay. Now that you got your coffee.
Yes.
What are we talking about today, Ronin?
We are talking about Abigail, the new radio silence action horror. And Radio Silence, in case you are not familiar, they are the directing duo that brought us Ready or Not a few years ago, which, yes, I loved as well. Awesome movie, awesome cat and mouse, tense thriller, all set in one location. And they did that one really well. They pulled that one off really well. And then they jumped to the Scream franchise. And they did Scream and Scream 6, both of which I fucking hated.
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely fucking hated both of them.
They were out of their
They were way out of their element. And I don't know if they wrote the screenplays, but I know that they said they wanted a happy ending in the second one. That's why everybody lived at the end.
Oh,
so I directly blame them for that. Oh, yeah, they wanted a happy ending. That was their whole... Yes.
Why?
They wanted a feel-good ending for the core four. Woo!
Oh, that's the worst idea.
So that's why Jenna Ortega's knife wound just disappears magically. Just disappears in the ending scene. Just nowhere to be found or talked about or treated.
I'm hoping that there's a day that we don't talk about this. Like there may be a day in the future that we just don't talk about the awfulness behind Scream 6.
Yeah, it might happen, but not anytime soon, most likely. Not when we're talking about the directors, not when we're reviewing a movie by the directors who just did it.
But we loved this movie.
We love this one. They are back in their element. They are back where they belong. And while it wasn't perfect, I had a couple questions, let's say. It was a ton of fun. It was a fucking ton of fun.
Yeah, it was.
So much fun. So, yeah, we'll get into some of that shortly. Andy Morency checking in. What's up, Andy Social?
Hi, Andy.
Thanks for tuning in. I saw you were messaging and calling and stuff. I was prepping to go live, so I will check in with you after we get done here, Andy. Let's see. Yes, Andy says, hey, guys.
Hey.
What's up, brother? Andy of the Sheckies and the Mercy Fucks. And I might have some news on the Sheckies. We will see.
I almost wore my Shecky shirt tonight, too.
Did you?
I did. And
Instead, what are you wearing there?
I put on Jerk.
What, stand up so that people can see it. They can't see it.
Oh,
Look at the...
I need some help. I'm wearing Jerk.
There you go. Show off that Jerk shirt. And I'm wearing my...
It's just a little
chilling
bigger.
with my creeps with my cat killers on it. So
I almost had my Shecky shirt on, but I don't.
Well,
quick switch.
Anyway, here we are. Well, we have a Shecky in the house, and Andy says, "I love Jerk." So do we. They were awesome. They were super cool guys too when they came through. So yeah, let's jump over. I'll bring some stuff up here in the. Oops, wrong one. This one we want to bring up. So we'll bring up our screen share here and make sure we get a nice split screen view. Come on. There it is. That's not a split screen view. We want this one.
Oh, there you go.
Yay, now you can see us too.
And it's above us.
There we go. All right. So Abigail 2024 rated R, an hour and 49 minutes. And it moved along quick enough. I mean, hour and 49 minutes, you don't really notice. It felt like a regular 90-minute movie.
It's
barely over that, but that's where you wanted to clock in around. And this did. And this was definitely R.
Oh yeah.
And I loved it, every second of it. I'm glad to see that R-rated movies are doing well at the box office. We'll get into the box office numbers for this one after we go through the basics here. But it's doing well at the box office. Last I checked, we'll get an update. But last I checked, it was doing pretty well at the box office.
Yeah,
as most horror movies do these days. If you're going to the movies, you're either going to see a horror movie or something in kids movies.
Well, horror is the only genre that I think most people, even if you're not into horror, like to see it in the theater because you like to have people around you. You like to be scared with the sounds and the big screen. Like, it's something that you go to the theater. It's more of like an experience. You can watch any movie at home. And I
agree. And also, it also takes you out of the comfort of your home because if you're watching a horror movie at home, I mean, you're only going to be so scared in the comfort of your own home when you know all the doors and windows are locked. And
I get a little scared of my
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, being in a dark room and not in the comfort of your own home adds to the thrill of seeing, of the horror movie.
Yeah.
It heightens the senses, I guess, a little bit.
And it does. You're going to watch it alone or maybe with one friend, or you're going to go with a bunch of friends. And, it's like an experience. So,
yeah, and if you go in and it's a packed theater, it's usually even more fun because everybody's
yelling
reacting.
And I love it.
You're all reacting at the same time, laughing or catching your breath at the same time. It's it's a great experience. That's why horror is so much fun in the theater.
Yeah.
We love seeing this stuff. I'll usually wait to see, and they'll have stuff that'll come out the same time on digital that it will in the theater, and I'll still make sure that if it's something, if it's a horror, I'll make sure I go see it in the theater. I also like to support independent horror. Like I've gone out of my way. We've gone out of our way and multiple times to go drive further just to make sure we saw something that was in a limited theatrical run, just to support a horror movie. So, always get to the theater. It's always a better experience in the theater. So this one was no different. This one, man, edge of your seat.
Oh my gosh, it was nonstop.
The action, the tension, the characters were all great. Just a little bit on it real quick, but before we get into the details, there was just so much about this to like. The little things that didn't necessarily work or I would have done differently still didn't really matter because in the grand scope of the movie, it was really good. It was really well done.
And I don't even know what you're talking about because we haven't discussed what you would have done differently. I don't think.
Yeah. There's
maybe that night when we left, but
we haven't talked about it a lot since the movie. You went right home afterwards, and we haven't really. We went and saw it on Sunday, and yesterday I didn't really talk too much. So yeah, today's the first time we've been really sitting down to chat about it.
And we've been talking about other stuff.
Yeah, we've been so wrapped up with everything else, we haven't even talked about the movie.
Yeah.
So
a lot going on.
Bailey Marie checking in. Hi, Bailey. Thanks for checking in. All right. So, Abigail, go ahead and read that synopsis, Steph Infection.
All right. After a group of criminals kidnap the ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure, they retreat to an isolated mansion, unaware that they're locked inside with no normal little girl.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
You're waiting for me to do the dun dun dun. I know.
I like that.
I left it to you. So here are some of our pictures. There's got a great ensemble cast in this one, who we will go through in a minute. But first, we already kind of touched on it. Matt Bettinelli, Open, and Tyler Gillette make up the duo Radio Silence. And they worked on multiple projects before this. They do a great job with this one, man. Like first of all, the setting, the house is awesome. The house is awesome. The location they got is awesome. It's just so fucking good.
Yeah,
man.
it's really
so good. And they really maximize. And I was reading, or we were talking about an interview with them where they said that they kind of leave the script a little loose until they get their location.
Yeah.
That's the same thing we do with whatever we do. Something it's the same thing. When I approach a fight scene, I always have kind of an idea of some stuff I might want to do based on my character, but I can't really flesh it out until I see where they're going to be.
What I had read, that's how they do most of their movies, and that's why I think the Scream ones just didn't work for them. Their cat and mouse game, they wait until they get to a location, and then they kind of tweak their script, and they build around what they have. Yeah, and for kills and chase scenes, and even maybe language that they're using or whatever.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, yeah, and in this, they use the house so well with like the chase with the not to get into it too much, but they used a lot of the structure of the house. There was like parkour and wire work and all kinds of fun stuff in there. There's martial arts fighting. Like the stunts were fucking awesome, man.
Yeah,
they were really good. Very reminiscent of Ready or Not, with like that added supernatural, the supernatural, taking it to the supernatural level, like the strength of the girl, the vampire, and her ability to fly in different times and different things. And man, it was really good. All right.
But she's a ballerina, so she's like very graceful. God.
Yeah, and we'll get into that. We are going to do a non-spoiler, as we always do beforehand, and then we'll dig deeper into spoilers. So, Brittany checking in, and Anthony Noble checking in. Hi, Brittany. Scream hearts. Hello. Brittany says, honey, I'm home. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. Awesome. So this was written by Stephen Shields and Guy Busick. And, I don't know a whole lot about what else they've written. Let's take a quick gander, shall we?
We shall.
Stephen Shields. He writes Sonic, The Whole Known, Hunted, Abigail, Box of Bones. Yeah, not a whole lot. He has not written a lot, but he wrote Abigail. Okay, Guy Busick. That sounds very familiar.
It does.
Ready or Not. Oh, okay. So he's worked with these guys before. He has worked with...
He's, a writer on...
Yes.
Ready or Not and Screams.
He was on Ready or Not. Okay, he was on Stand Against Evil, too, which I was on set of. Oh, my God. He wrote the story to Urge. I worked on Urge.
Oh, my God.
2016, we shot Urge up in New York. There's a scene. I'm in like this whole... Urge was this... Oh, man. I'm in this crazy scene in this supermarket.
Well, I don't even know about this.
Oh, God. It's this old, it's this weird movie with kids on drugs, and the drug make them lose their inhibitions. And like everybody in this little town starts like just giving in to their animal nature. Yeah. So this scene that I'm in, it's this whole thing
Lord
in
of the
this
Flies
shopping
much?
kind of yeah. So it's just in this shopping. It's in this supermarket, and yeah, people are just like gorging themselves on food, and they're like fighting over different things, and yeah. So I'm in there chasing the main girl.
Nice.
So yeah, that's crazy. He wrote the story to that. Okay, very cool. So yes, he also wrote very not cool Scream and Scream 6.
Very not cool.
Fuck that guy now.
Wait, it just says Scream.
Yeah, because Scream 5, they just named it Scream.
Oh,
remember? Because
no,
it was
I
a
didn't remember
soft,
that.
it's a soft reboot or whatever. Scream. Yeah.
I forgot.
Scream 5 was just Scream.
Yeah, I
in
didn't.
2022.
Okay.
Yes. He also wrote some Castle Rock episodes, 10 episodes of Castle Rock, 3 episodes of Stand Against Evil. Yeah. So aside from Scream and Scream 6, which fuck that guy, the rest of his stuff is okay.
Just throw that in there. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. All right, let's get to our cast, shall we? Everybody recognizes Melissa Barrera.
She did good.
Yeah, she did.
I really liked her. I think she looked good. She was good.
Mm-hmm.
She played her part good.
Yeah, I enjoyed her. She's a decent enough actress, and I guess she's embracing the horror genre as well. Not as much as my girl Catherine Newton is, though. Catherine Newton is like my new favorite. I don't know if we call her Scream Queen, Final Girl. I don't know. Guess she's a Final Girl. I mean, she's been in a bunch of horror movies now. I guess like Freaky was one of the first ones that I really like noticed her in, that she really did well in, and yeah, then we had. Obviously, Lisa Frankenstein this year. She's had a couple other things. Let's jump to Cat. We need to have like a Catherine Newton Appreciation Day.
I'll do that.
Because I just think she's awesome. She's got the total 80s aesthetic, like the 80s horror. Oh, that's right. She was Cassie Lang in Ant-Man.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, yes. And there you go, 20th Century Scream Queens, Catherine Newton, Jenna Ortega, more modern women. But yeah, looking at her IMDb, she was Lucy Stevens in Pokemon. But Freaky, I loved her in.
Big Little Lies.
That I never saw.
No, but that was
Ant-Man,
a big show.
She was good in Ant-Man. I enjoyed Ant-Man. Let's see, where we start. She did some TV stuff.
Supernatural.
She was on Supernatural. Claire Novak. That's right. 6 episodes as Claire. Blockers.
Right.
Ben is back. Post Malone featuring Young Thug. I work with Young Thug. I stunt coordinated a video for Young Thug when I was living in Atlanta. Yes.
I worked for Post Malone.
Did you really?
Did not.
Oh, you ass. Ass. Let's see. She's got 2 more things coming up. Griffin in Summer and Lips Like Sugar. We need to reach out to Catherine Newton's agent.
Okay.
Man, could you imagine if we got Catherine Newton to play our Barbie?
Oh, God.
This is I'm putting it out there into the universe.
Oh, yeah.
We go live on Friday.
Yes.
So if you guys want to see us book Catherine Newton as Barbie.
Or just anybody that...
Make sure that you...
Just anybody. Don't take his word for this.
Well, no. I mean, we want to push for... Well, we
want everyone to still do
it. We have to have the money for Catherine Newton. That's the thing. So we have our goal set at a reasonable goal. The goal we have it set for, we cannot afford Catherine Newton.
No.
You guys would have to come out and force... We'd have to have so many people come out and force and really support this thing to get her on board.
Yeah.
And have the money.
Yeah.
And then people would be like,
money,
yeah, because we'd have to have a much bigger budget to afford Catherine Newton.
And not just as a cameo. Barbie. That would be
no, she would have to. No, she has to be Barbie.
Yeah.
She has to be Barbie. So Joe Carana sending stars. Thanks, Scream Heart. Mwah! I'm sure we'd rather have them from you than me.
Oh, thanks, Daddy Ghoul.
Brittany says, I'm laughing so hard at the I worked for Post Malone convo. I love Steph so much. Yeah. Good job. Thanks. Just mocking me. All my
you
hard
should say
work.
when we're not live.
Yeah, right. Well, she just stepped out to pick her boogers over there. by the fucking light. Y'all miss. That's what she stepped out. She's out there.
Oh
I don't know.
my God! I had tissue.
I don't know if you could hear it if she muted the mic or not.
I took a.
She was probably over there just like digging.
No, you stop it.
This is the content they want.
God, I'm gonna kill you. I'm sorry, Facebook. I will unalive you.
Yeah. All right.
Ah.
Yeah. So we'll get back to Catherine Newton here. We'll have a Catherine Newton Appreciation Day soon. Alicia Weir was Abigail. She was awesome.
Oh my God, she was so
Holy
good.
shit, she was awesome.
Yeah, she was really good.
And we can get into it more when we talk about the
I want to see what she's done because but just her is dancing and fighting and whatever, you know. I mean, you already know that going into it that she can do all these things. So she was just really good. What the hell?
What else did she? I don't know what you did. You did to the photos from Abigail. You didn't go to check her. You did not go to check her credits.
Really?
So there she is. And Matilda the musical. One of the credits. Abigail, Don't Leave Home. Wicked Little Letters.
Yeah. So
Darklands.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know any of this.
Nope. But yeah, she was awesome. To be able to play like the innocent victim.
In the beginning, yeah.
Because the whole thing is she plays the innocent victim, and I've already given it away. If you watch the trailer, you know what's going on in this movie. And some of you have probably seen it already. They kidnap the girl. And then the tables turn once they get her back to keep her in the house for 24 hours because everybody's locked in. And next thing you know, they realize that they're locked in with her. She's not locked in with them, as the old saying goes.
As the old saying goes.
You know what? I'm about to just send you up to pick your boogers some more. Staph infection.
There's so many cats. I'm allergic to them. I love them, but it just makes me sneezy.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, she was great going back and forth between innocent and then the vicious vampire Dracula's daughter. We had Dan Stevens as Frank. He was good. Played a dick. I mean, he's pretty much like the professional kind of dick.
Top dick.
Yep. William Catlett plays Rickles. Yep. Ex-military.
Did you keep thinking of Late Night with the Devil? Riggles. Every time they said it, it kept like popping into my head. I was like, are they saying Riggles or Rickles?
Yeah. Kevin Durand, who's a great character actor, has been in a ton of stuff. He plays the muscle. He's the big Scottish guy. He's so good. He's been in so much stuff. Giancarlo Esposito is in there, of course, playing a big bad. And Angus Cloud, the late actor, I guess, is Irish actor, British actor.
Oh, he passed?
Yeah, he passed away
Did I not know that?
a couple years ago, I believe, and this just came out. So he's been in a few things, and he was supposed to be like this up-and-coming actor. But I believe drugs.
Oh, yeah, it says that.
And final role. Yeah. Wasn't complete until months after his death due to the SAG-AFTRA strike. Still managed to film all the scenes before production was shut down. So yeah, interesting. But yes, he, I believe, drug overdose, which reflective of his character, who was playing like the fuck up, the dude who was all fucked up. So yeah, I love how she referred to him too. She said, I never said you weren't good. I said you weren't a professional.
Yes.
And there's a big, I love that. That was such a great line. It's such a great line.
I know.
Especially coming from our fucking line of work and everything that I've done in my life. Man, there's plenty of people that are really good at what they do, but they are not fucking professional. There is a huge difference between being good at what you're doing, what you do, and being a professional. And there are so few, especially, music world, being a promoter. Oh my God, there are so few true professionals left in the music industry.
Oh yeah,
like they're like that. Why do you think I don't feel like doing it anymore?
And what is your tagline, Ronin?
Oh, what's that?
What do you always say on everything?
Oh, what?
I'm a trained professional.
Oh yeah, I'm a trained professional. Yes.
Everything we do. Everything.
I'm a trained professional.
I'll be like, give me that. I'm a trained professional. I'm trying to open up a jar of pickles. I'm like,
Joe wants to send us a video. You'd have to send it in the, I guess, the chat in like a messenger chat, Joe.
yeah.
I don't know if you can send us a video over while we're live. You'd have to just send it, through the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then we had Matthew Good, last one, as the father, and if he's the father, that makes him Dracula.
Yes. Well,
if Abigail is the daughter. If Abigail is Dracula's daughter, then her father is Dracula. Even though they don't say it, and he's not credited as Dracula.
No, but he had a different name. What was his name?
Well, they called him like Lazar or something like that.
Something.
Yeah,
no,
they called him Lazar. But that was his crime boss name.
Yeah.
You know, like that, he wasn't going to go by his, by Dracula as the crime boss. He was going to have a, he was like a crime lord. Like they worked it in to like make sense, not to give too much away, but yeah, it all made sense. And for, obviously he's accumulated wealth over the years, and makes sense that he would be kind of like laying low as a crime boss. That would be his, not a politician.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been a good twist.
Probably was in some way. In some part of his life.
All right, so yeah, I mean the cast, they all nailed it. Like my least favorite was probably the Angus Cloud dude, just because I can't stand junkies and fuck ups.
Well,
like
and
that.
he wasn't.
But that was
really,
the character, So I'm just like, oh yeah, he played the character well. Yeah, whether I liked him or not. All right.
You want to give your quick spoiler-free?
Yeah, let's just do our quick review. Let's go to Rotten Tomatoes here, and we'll tell you what. Yeah, go ahead. Go pick your boogers. Steph's got to pick her boogers again, everybody. Go ahead, blow it. There she goes. Yeah, everybody's hearing you blow. No. Y'all listening to Steph blow? Oh, all right, well, on Rotten Tomatoes, the tomatometer has the movie certified fresh at 84% from critics. Yeah, and that's probably about what I would rate, like 80, 84. That's like a solid B plus, right?
Me too.
Like an A minus. I guess like a 90's an A. So that's like a B plus, 84%. The audience score, 88%. And I'll read a couple of reviews for you. Critics' consensus: carrying off well-worn vampire tropes with a ballet flourish, Abigail dances around the familiarity of its premise with a game cast and slick style. Susan D says, good cast, good effects, okay story and direction, script and editing could have been better, seemed to waste the actors. She gave it 3 out of 5.
I don't get that.
Christine P says, good story, not super scary, very intense. And
yeah, I guess it wasn't super scary.
Yeah, I mean, and here's a top critic, Sergio Burstein of the Los Angeles Times says, an intense, well-filmed, and absolutely entertaining work in which any horror fan would have a good time. Totally agree with that. Yeah, it's very tense. And I don't know if it's scary per se. It's got a lot of horror elements to it, but...
yeah, but it's a cat and mouse game, but it's not like there's no jump scare. I mean, maybe a couple, but nothing.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's supposed to be that
no.
kind of. Yeah. I don't think it's supposed to be that kind of a movie. I think it's supposed to be just a tense, run for your life kind of survival horror, survival action horror almost.
Yeah.
So
it had me, like holding my breath at a couple parts,
Yeah, I would probably. I mean, I'm going to agree with their rating of it. I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Excuse me, maybe 4.5 if I could stop hiccuping. She blows her nose into the mic. I'm hiccuping into the mic. You guys out there love us.
I am. It's my mic.
We are killing it tonight. killing it tonight. All right.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah, I highly recommend this one. Go see it in the theater. It's a lot of fun to see with a crowd in the dark. The stunts are fucking awesome. I love the direction. I love the action. The actors, I thought, all did a great job. I mean, my only qualms, I mean, I kind of knew when a couple things were going to happen. There was a couple things I was just like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Like,
are we saying what they are yet?
Not yet. We'll get into once we get into the spoilers, we'll get there. So even that being said, and even like the ending kind of question if, the whole ride up to the ending was really fun. So I'm not going to harp on it too much, but the ending, I'm still kind of like, I don't know. I think we could have figured out a better way to resolve this than the way they did, because it just leaves it so
but I think there was
open-ended
comedy in that also.
I think so too, and we'll get there. But that would be my one spot where if I was writing this thing, I would have been like, we need a different ending here, because this just doesn't work for me. But everything else was so good up until that point, and it was just like one minor little thing they could have done to tweak the ending that I'll get to. But I absolutely recommend it. Yeah,
totally.
It's probably right now it's my second favorite movie of the year after Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah,
just Late Night with the Devil just edges it out, just because I had a few less questions with Late Night with the Devil, I guess, afterwards. So and I feel like I felt like I would have done a couple of things different, more things different in this one than I would have in Late Night with the Devil. I felt like they nailed almost everything I really wanted to see in Late Night with the Devil, where in this one I came away like I really loved it, but there were just a couple tweaks that I would have made to really put it up there on that 5-star level for me. You know what I mean?
I see that. Yeah.
So, and we'll get into them, but
I agree.
Go ahead, lay it out. Let us know what you thought. Steph Infection.
I agree with everything that you were saying. I don't know what other gripe you have with the movie. I do agree with the ending being a little weird, but the entire time it was just, it just kept your, like, from the opening scene, and what's happening and how they even get her and everything that happens after that point. It's keeping your attention. And then when shit starts hitting the fan, it's just like boom, 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 like high intensity. And it was so much fun. And even in those like moments, like, I don't know, she says it in the trailer, like she's playing with her food, but there's so many times throughout that entire movie, like she's playing with her food.
There's dark
literally.
humor in there.
And I liked it. I really loved it.
No, absolutely.
So, I really had fun. I was like smiling the whole time through a horror film. So,
No, the pacing of it's great. There is not a slow point in the movie. Like at least once it gets going at the very beginning, even the build up at the beginning to get there, while not a lot happens, you're still like, it's still like, okay, the way everything's shot, the ballet scene it starts with, the drive up to the house, the whole, like it's all like the whole kidnapping scene. While it's still kind of slow, you still pulls you in, and it's just shot really well. So it's very like
that's what I was.
aesthetically pleasing to see, like the way they put it all together. It was really
get like we get very quickly off the bat, and this is like opening that none of them know each other. So you're like,
this is a crew that's been pulled together at the last minute by Giancarlo Esposito, of course, and they know names and all that kind of stuff. We'll get there. All right, so I guess that's going to do it for our non-spoilery stuff.
Yeah.
So at this point, Boo Believers, if you haven't watched Abigail yet, and you don't want it spoiled, then
hit pause.
Pause us.
Run to the theater right now.
Go see it right this minute, and then come back and watch the rest of the live stream.
Right.
All right, here come the spoilers. Pass me the shovel, Steph Infection. Woo! Shoveling that dirt. Oh, digging up dirt.
Oh, we need a song.
Oh.
I know.
Shoveling dirt we go. All right. Enough shoveling dirt. let's dig into spoilers.
All right.
You want me to just jump right to my problems?
Go, come on.
Right to my problems? Is that what we want?
I think we do. I think that's what we need because that's going to take the longest, and we're.
All right. Well,
What's the first one?
All right. So let's see. I loved a lot of it. I loved the kidnapping scene was great. I loved all the characters. I loved how we kind of get to know him, even though it was kind of cliche. How she's like, yeah, I can read people, and she reads everybody in the room. And I mean, of course,
I like that part.
Yeah,
I really like that. I was like,
no, that was fine.
She's
Yeah. But that was, I mean, of course, I'm going to sound like a bitter man if I go too deep, because they, no offense, they just made the men in this movie so terrible, as they do in every Hollywood movie these days. Like, and the ones that were actually decent were killed off so fucking quick that, like, you no fucking, like, the only one that was decent was the black ex-military dude.
Oh, yeah.
And he was dead. Like, we didn't even get to see it. He was so fucking killed off so fucking quick.
We know the rules of horror.
Right. Don't be a good dude because you're dead, apparently. I don't know. But I guess they don't want to. He's sympathetic, so they didn't want you to, like, relish in his death. There's no relishing in his death. These other dudes were such assholes, I guess, that they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to enjoy this.
Well, they were, like, connecting, too. Like,
what's
her name? Joey.
Right. Yeah. Her character and Rickles' character. Right. Yeah, I mean, I just.
Well, first, no, he doesn't die first. The other guy dies first. Guy you don't like.
Yeah. I get that. The junkie dies first.
Yeah.
And of course, he was just a terrible, terrible person, that dude. Like, he could be, like, just typical shitty dude.
Oh,
He's like hitting on her the whole time.
I know.
He scares the shit out of her at the fucking jump scare in the bed, and she's freaking out. And I wanted to reach through the screen and punch him in his fucking head when he did that shit. I was just like, oh my God.
I know,
like,
same.
How much of a shitty man can you possibly be to, like, sitting in that, like, oh my God.
He was doing something.
Oh my God.
Thought he was doing something.
Like, but that's like the epitome of what is wrong, like what we've complained about and what we have. Oh God.
That's why he was our first to die. We were like, yeah.
I'm gonna reel it in. I get it. That's why they make these movies. They put all these bad men in there and then they all kill them off, but they always make the women like awesome, like they in comparison, like I'll be honest, Joey should have fucking died. They should have killed her at the end too. There's no way Dracula would have let her walk the fuck out knowing who the fuck they are. There is no fucking way. Okay, and she is a terrible character. She fucking left her kid. She was a junkie. She chickened out of going back to her kid. Like, I get it, retribution, blah 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 blah, but all that. But where's the retribution for any of the other characters in there? Like, and then the whole thing with Frank being the shitty ex-cop and all that other shit, and her and him bonded, and that whole thing at the end was totally just like all of a sudden he's a vampire and he's gonna like turn on her after they had this whole like fight to survive thing. Like, wouldn't he?
If I became a vampire, I wouldn't kill you.
I wouldn't kill you either. Right. I'd be like, I'm gonna help you get out.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm strong now.
Go run out there and get me the strongest sunscreen you can find. Bring it back and put it on. We go home.
Yeah, exactly. Do the same thing.
But like the second he got bit, he all of a sudden he forgot. It was like he forgot about everything that they had just gone through, fighting together and been through together and grown together.
I thought
and bonded.
That was my.
And he went right back to the stupid little thing that happened at the beginning where he was like, "Don't fuck with me. I warned you not to fuck." And I was just like, "Wow, really? There is zero growth for this character at all."
I didn't.
And it's just like shitting on men as usual. Hollywood just shitting on men. And again, don't get me wrong, love the movie, and then I'm all for the message of the women empowerment, all that kind of stuff. But you don't have to. I get it. They're shitty men, but man, like it just
was still kicking ass the whole time. It was just, and I don't know.
It just felt out of character at that point. It felt like his character had grown so much.
Yes,
and even at the point, like especially at the point when Giancarlo Esposito is like, I'll turn you, and when me and you kill that bitch, and then we'll take over. And he's like, all right, fuck it, bite me. And he bites him, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, this is going to go one of two ways. Either he's still bad, and he's really going to join up with Giancarlo, or he's had a change of heart and he's grown since the beginning of the movie and he's become a good guy and he's going to still team up with the girl and fight Giancarlo and the girl now.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted
That's
to
what
happen.
I thought was going to happen. That's what I thought they were going with it. And of course, no. They just totally fucking cut out all the growth, anything like that. That was my biggest problem with it. You see what I'm saying?
I
No,
do.
You see what I'm saying.
I said it when we left. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was the one thing
I
we
think I
did.
said to Maddie too. I was like, I thought he was actually good at that point. Like, I really thought he was
like
going to be
his character was such a
he
dick at
was
the
going to
beginning.
be like, come here, I'll help you, and we'll get out of here.
Yep.
Like, I got you.
So
you helped me, I help you. Now I'm a vampire. I'm just stronger.
Right, and that was one of my biggest things with the ending as we got to that big climactic ending. The part with Dracula was I felt like was like, I get it. She knows that they can come and kill her whenever they want, so if she talks, she's dead. Like, I get that. They have the power. Like, if she were to go tell people.
But they all said, oh, there's rumors.
Rumors, right,
so,
right,
like,
right.
I think
but here's the other thing,
knows.
though. Here's the other thing, though. If, I mean, we've seen a million vampire movies. Vampires have the power of suggestion.
Yeah.
Dracula could have just been like, forget the last 24 hours.
Well, we don't know
forgotten everything.
if it's never truly Dracula.
Okay, but he is a vampire of such stature and power, you would figure that he has the power. Like, Abigail had the power to control Catherine after she bit her.
She did.
And to puppeteer her.
Yeah.
So,
but that's different. That's your...
But we've always known that vampires have always been like, you are under my skin.
We do, but
they
had that whole scene in the beginning. It was like with the garlic and stuff, and she's like smelling it.
Yeah.
All right,
so some of that stuff
so they were trying to, I thought that was the point of them showing, okay, forget everything.
I get it. I was just trying to give them an out.
No, I get it.
A way to write out of that ending. That's what I'm saying. I felt that ending would have been better if they would have been like, no, father, don't kill her. Like, he's like, fuck that, I'm killing this chick. We're not fucking.
And all he did was he like looked down in her eyes and he was like, oh. And he was like, oh, she's serious. And then he was like,
yeah, right. Okay,
and then he goes, okay, you can go.
Yeah,
I was like,
the most, like for a dad that doesn't even love her daughter, doesn't give a shit about her daughter, all of a sudden she like stared him down and he was like, oh, my daughter means business. Ooh, okay. Like, what the fuck?
What I thought that was Joey's character realizing, like, she was a drug addict and she just felt that she wasn't worth having, like, she wasn't good enough to have her son back. So then she realizes through this fighting this child vampire that she does actually deserve to have her son back and is worth being in his life and whatever. And she calls him. And I think Abigail realizes that she needs to stand up to her dad because she says that, well, he doesn't love me. And he says when he walks in, he's like, well, I show up. That's enough, right? And then I think that's their moment where he's like, oh, you need more. And I don't know. I think it was just showing like a little lovey-dovey on each side.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, and also because
I was like,
but then Abigail also says to fucking Joey, she's like, all you have to do is show up. And then her dad's like, I showed up. He's a terrible dad because all he does is show up. And then she's like, hey, Joey, all you have to do is show up.
I forgot about that. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to say, none of this ruined this movie for me.
No, it did. This is like every movie. We could kill every movie.
We really do, and we hate movies. By the time we're done, I'm like, oh, yeah, why'd they do that?
No, nothing. There's no such thing as a perfect movie. But Late Night with the Devil came pretty close.
I still had issues with that.
Yeah. There was a couple of things where I was like, like I said, with the whole behind the scenes camera thing, if that really was a person, I question whether they would be saying some of that stuff in front of a person with a camera in their face that fucking close, because they were tight shots. So that whole black and white. Anyway, I digress.
Last year there was two perfect movies. Well, I said
yeah, Godzilla was pretty perfect.
That was almost perfect. But what was my perfect movie?
I don't know. What was
it? What's his name? The Talisman of Souls.
Oh, well, yes. Yes.
Oh,
God. The Talisman of Souls. Yeah. God, yeah, I love that one too.
That was a perfect movie in my eyes.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't remember.
I know. Arby's guy.
Yeah, Arby's guy, Andrew. All right. Well, what else do we want to tackle? Oh, let's tackle the other thing that I totally saw coming.
Yeah, what?
The big dude's death. Totally saw it coming.
Oh.
Like they literally stopped when they're walking into a dead end room. That dead end room, and he stops and says, and she's freaking out, right?
I didn't see it coming.
And he leans down to her and says, "Hey, I got you, Joey, because we're friends."
I was like,
and that's the last thing he says to her. And that's the premise. That's like saying, "I'll be right back."
I know.
Like that was totally like, because she's wondering the whole time she's been bit. We all know it. We're wondering if she's going. They even wondered. They're like calling her Twilight. Oh, who's going with Twilight?
Well, that's what
I'm not going with Twilight.
Yeah. And he goes, I saw your reflection, so we're going.
So we're going. Yeah. And
that's why I think they didn't care that we knew that was coming. It was going to be like comedy where she like turns and then does that and is dancing, and
the dance was fucking awesome. And again,
that was the best.
Catherine Newton
and Abigail going
so
back and forth.
Good. So
oh my
fucking
God.
good. Like
ballet.
Yeah. Like she was puppeteering her with her movements, like mimicking the movements.
I love that.
And Catherine looked awesome as a vampire too, and that fucking makeup and stuff. Like she looked fucking like. I thought she was hot without it, man.
Oh man,
I'm a monster fucker.
Oh man, are you?
Yeah, I totally fuck some monsters.
Monster fucker.
I mean, hey, I've been known to date a Sasquatch here and there.
I'm gonna eat. Yeah.
You're gonna eat me? Is that what
I'm gonna eat you over there. And then stomp on you with my big foot.
You go squatch eat me?
Squatch eat.
But yeah, and she was fucking hot as a vampire.
She was.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man. The dance was fucking awesome.
So good.
So good. That scene was fucking awesome. But yeah, it was totally predictable. As soon as he leaned in and said,
yeah.
Because we're friends. I was like, he's
can't be friends.
He's dying. You guys were on either side. I was just like, yeah, he's dying.
I was like, oh no, don't.
Here it comes. I was like, here it comes.
I knew it was coming, but I was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And it was, she's turning. So
yeah, and that was cool. And I like that whole lure of it. That was very interesting. The way she was able to be controlled because she never drank the blood. That's explained later when Giancarlo turns Frank, because Frank's like, I don't want to be controlled. And he's like, no, that's because you didn't. She just bit her. You didn't. Yeah. You have your own free will because you're going to drink. And fucking boom, and that's when
it's in a lot of movies.
Yeah. That's why I said like some of the lure has to be true. So that's why they could have easily worked in that. Like the Jedi mind trick, the vampire mind trick on her, and be like, "Oh, you forget the last 24 hours."
I think you got to get them on the phone, write them an email, tell them what they should have done.
They should send the script past me first. I should be the final pass script writer for them, so that I can correct any of these inconsistencies that they just seem to love to put in there. These character inconsistencies, especially.
Listen, we ain't perfect with our writing either. So.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. If you watch closely at the Dirk Darkley videos.
What?
The girl slapped Dirk on his left cheek, and he comes back holding his right cheek every single time.
That's because...
They hit him so hard, it knocked it into the right side.
You're just
Yeah.
That's funny. No, I didn't notice.
Yep.
Because it's just fun.
Continuity. Speaking of, go check out the latest reel in case you haven't. Hashtag movie cops. A little something that we'll be doing here. We'll probably have plenty of those going.
Yeah. Talk about not seeing something coming when you watch movies. The predictability
of movie cops. Talking about predictability. Yeah, I'm going to make fun of a lot of Hollywood tropes with this one,
and
folks.
in movies in general.
And movies, in movies in general. Mostly Hollywood cops, though. All right, let's wrap it up, Steph Infection, unless you have anything else you want to touch on. We've been at it longer than we said. We're going to keep it brief tonight. But
because you never stop talking.
Whatever, man. How many
Like,
times you got to go out there and fart and pick your nose and stuff, man? Well, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, that is not what happened, people.
She'd be floating air biscuits over here.
Oh my God.
Woo! It's a good thing this isn't smell-o-vision.
That's what I say. You're taking my stuff. All right.
So, yep. Last words.
Go see it if you can go see it in the theater. I loved it.
Dude, yeah, we should
so
talk
much
a little
fun.
bit about the stuff we liked.
I mean,
Dude,
the fight
the exploding
scenes,
vampires were fucking awesome. The gratuitous
Yes.
amounts of blood were fucking awesome. The fight scenes, the girl kicked ass.
Oh my God.
So many fucking awesome moves. The chase scene where she's running down the hallway and she's like balancing
Yes.
on like banisters and railings
that
the
was
whole way
great.
down.
Oh,
All the
so great.
wire work involved in that.
Yeah,
so
so good.
fucking good. Yeah, and again, like the characters, they all played off each other, the different personalities. I really liked Frank. As much as a dick as he was, I really liked him. I really hated that they did that to him at the end, and that it was his ending, man, because I really felt like his character had significant growth, like even more than hers, I felt like almost. Like I get it. She
Yeah,
always
I
but
think
at the
they just-
beginning, she wanted to be back with her kids. She just didn't know how to, she was like scared.
Yeah,
Like, that
I
was it.
understand that.
At the end, she was still the same person. She was still scared to go back to her kid, but she was finally
She
ready to
called
kind of
him,
like
yeah.
face it. Yeah, she
Yeah.
called him, right? That was
Yeah.
it at the beginning. But like Frank seemed to make more of a transition through that whole thing.
I thought so too. I really was surprised that they did that. But yeah, I was really surprised. Because what's his name clearly was able to, the one that turned him, what's his name?
Giancarlo.
Yeah. So he was able to be a vampire and still be kind to people.
totally,
Just like
yeah,
Dracula
yeah.
can talk to people. Like you don't have to
Just kill
tear
everybody,
people
right?
apart. He was working and so I was shocked that he went that way.
There was no, there was no bond formed throughout that whole hour that we watched, or hour and 15 minutes journey that they
even
had
where
together.
It wasn't like he didn't want to be like, oh, I'm just not going to help you. He like just wanted to kill her. And I was like, what?
That's when I was just like,
Why do
wow,
you wanna
really?
kill
Okay,
her?
like it
Unless
just didn't make any
he's
sense.
feed, like you want to feed maybe right away. That's the only thing I can think of. Like,
And if he was going to be so mean and ruthless, again, like here's another point. Why would he not team up with Giancarlo to kill Abigail, knowing that Abigail's this 2,000-year-old vampire in a child's body or whatever?
like
Because she's definitely the stronger of them. They would need both of them, and then kill Giancarlo afterwards for betraying him, like for setting him up if he still wanted to. Not because at this
that
point
would be
you're going to kill
smart.
Giancarlo anyway, and then you're just going to get your ass kicked by Abigail because she's a way more experienced vampire than you are. He doesn't realize that, and they touch on that obviously because remember with the whole
she says
he tries to control her.
Yeah, and she goes, there's a lot of learning.
A lot of learning, all that kind of stuff. True.
Well, so it's a cockiness, I guess, that they want to. He was always kind of a little cocky. So
yeah, but I still think that is just, I mean, it's just such a leap. You know what I mean?
I
like,
agree,
he seemed like a smart guy.
All right, we were
You know
supposed
what I
to be
mean?
talking about things that we liked.
I know. I'm sorry. I just thought about that, though, man. It would have made so much more sense for, like,
No,
him
it
and
would
Giancarlo,
absolutely,
and
would.
even the girl to team up and take Abigail down.
Yep.
Like,
But no,
why
now we
wouldn't
just
they?
have the girl
Why
and
wouldn't
Abigail
like?
taking
And again,
him
why
down.
wouldn't Giancarlo be like, why don't we turn the girl too? And then all three. That's 3 against 1.
Dude, I know. I thought, I was thinking that.
All right, that's enough.
I really liked it though.
Again, I
Go
really
see
liked
it in
it
the
too.
theater.
I really
See
enjoyed it.
if you
Ton of
agree with
fun.
us, and if you have any other ideas on how to fix
How to
the ending.
Fix the ending. And this is a common problem with all movies, though. It's so hard to end these fucking. They dangle all these threads, and then in order to tie all the threads together and come to conclusions for all of them at the end, they have to fucking force. It's like they have to force stuff sometimes.
Yes,
that doesn't.
And this wasn't too bad.
naturally.
So when you go, don't think from us flipping out, because when I watched it, I didn't overthink it like I am.
Yeah,
right
this
now
is
at
after
all.
we saw it on
This is-
Sunday, and
yeah.
I've been thinking about it for 4 days, and
Yeah.
actually some of it's even come more to
Right,
which
just
is why
talking
sitting here
while we're
about
talking,
it
we're
now.
like, holy crap, yeah. But you make a beginning, you make your ending, and you kind of fix
in
them in.
between.
So I feel like they just knew, okay, we're gonna have this girl, and the way that we're gonna get her to connect is with this kid. Is that she doesn't have her kid, and then she's gonna help switch and help her become a mom again. So I feel like they just had that, and then they kind of made things happen, and it wasn't terrible. It was just there was maybe a better way to do it, But they knew that was what their grand thing was going to be at the end. So
Yep. Well,
it's great though. It's a good one. It's a good one to see.
Yeah, definitely recommend viewing. Go check it out in the theater while it's there. And yeah, that's going to do it.
Yeah.
All right, Boo Believers, we're going to wrap it up.
Before he starts hiccuping again.
It's coming. I know. I can already feel it. Joe Castro checking in, and Cheryl Wentz Miller checking in.
Hello.
Thanks for tuning in at the end. You missed all the spoilers in case you haven't seen Abigail yet, so that's good.
But we liked it.
But we loved it. Yes,
it's a lot of fun.
Go see Abigail in the theater while it's there. Ton of fun. Even if the ending could have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
Could have made a little more sense.
Different. A little different.
A little different.
Still fun.
Yeah. Still awesome movie. Lots of fun. Lots of action. Great stunts. Highly recommend. All right. That's it.
Was I supposed to say something?
Yeah, you're supposed to say something.
All right. That's it too.
Stay spooky, Boo Believers.
Bye, Scream Hearts.